Hey, it's Dorleen. Welcome to my channel and my creative life. Today I'm working on a really fun shaker card. Now, I've made this before and I have a design space file for this oval cut and also those crosses and the blessings banner. So I'll have a link to that design space link in the information box, as well as a link to my blog. But right now I'm just cutting some transparency. That's what I use for the clear to hold the shaker bits in, and I just cut it just a hair smaller than the total of this rectangle, which is 4 by 5 1/4. So I just use regular glue to adhere that down, and that's what's going to hold all those little cute shaker bits in. Right now I'm just going to put some acrylic blocks on it just to make sure that it's dried completely. I already put together this cross. It's basically a dark blue base, and then the light blue is the little portions, and kind of the same with this pink one. So I decided, since I was making one, I may as well make a couple. And this tag right here, or this ribbon, I used to do this as a cut file, and then I realized because those words or the letters for blessing were so small, it was just easier to do a print and cut. So that made my life so much easier. And so I did those already on my Cricut. Again, I'll have the link down below if you wanted to make this yourself. So I'm just using liquid adhesive to adhere the cross to right in the middle of this oval, and it works out perfect with my mat there because I'm just following the lines to make sure that it's straight. Perfect. And what I've done in the past, when I made this before, I put the banner or the ribbon of blessings on foam adhesive to lift it up a little bit. I'm going to keep this one flat. Now what I'm doing right here is I'm cutting another piece of the transparency because I'm going to make a pocket for this shaker card, and you'll see in a minute, and I'm telling you, it makes such a big difference. So I don't know if you've made shaker cards before, but when I've done them like this, and then I turn over the back side to fill in with the shaker bits, and then I have to kind of guess with my base where it goes. And I'm going to tell you, even when I know, or when I'm trying to do something straight and I see it, it never comes out straight. Because you can only imagine if I tried to put the card base on the back of that, it does not turn out real well. So I had seen somewhere, somebody had said, do another transparent in the back to basically make a pocket, and then you adhere that part to the card base, and you'll see what I mean in just a minute. So now I'm using some foam adhesive to create my well, and when your shaker image is square, circle or oval, it's best to take the top liner off as well. It just makes the foam adhesive move a little easier instead of cracking because of the liner on top. Now, sure, it keeps it a little sticky, but you're going to see another trick here. I'm just going to add some liquid adhesive onto the top of that foam adhesive just to make sure it's secure. Now, before I put all the fun bits in, because I am going to put glitter in, I'm using my embossing tool, my wet embossing tool, to add some powder to the inside, and that gets rid of the static, because I've put some glitter in before and it all just kind of statics to the top, and it just leaves this cloud of glitter, which, believe me, is not a bad thing, but it's also something I don't want. So I'm just adding some sequins and some little stars and glitter, like I mentioned, just a little things to make it pretty. But you have to be careful. You don't want to overfill because this well is not really that deep. Now, you could put a second layer of the foam adhesive if you really wanted it to be deep, but I figured with what I had, I was fine with the one layer, and this is what I'm talking about. So just add that right on there, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just use some scissors and trim off the excess, because you notice that it is not on there straight. Now, can you imagine if I tried putting that card base on there? It would not have been an easy fix. So now all I have to do is add some adhesive to the back, and it fits perfectly. I hope you like this video. And if you do, please give me a thumbs up. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. I do post 2 videos a week. One is always scrapbooking, and the other is whatever it is I'm creating in the command center, which is the name of my blog and also my craft room. I just did some foam adhesive to those corners to make sure the whole thing was flat. And again, added some extra liquid adhesive on all the foam adhesive, as well as the backside of that acrylic. Look at that, so cute. I love a good shaker card, and I'm sure everybody that gets one probably likes them too. This card is a repeat for a friend of mine. Every time she has a nephew, cousin, family member, friend that is going through their first communion. She says it's time for another communion card. So anyhow, why break a good thing? But like I mentioned before, go down to the information box to get a link to the Design Space file and also to check out my blog. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it so much. Have a great day. Bye.